Everybody, it's Flacco back at it again with another Madden YouTube video. Today we have one on the best card in every single position. We will be doing a team builder so you guys can see the whole team together and everybody can see if they wanted, say if you had 10 million, 50 million coins, this is the team that you can go and build right here, which I think would be the best team to put on the field. But if you guys enjoy videos like this, make sure to smash that like button. Also, hit that sub button. We are on that road to 10K. We are getting there, boys. Appreciate you guys so much, and let's get right into the video. To take your gameplay to the next level, make sure to check out civil.gg to look at the 2 membership codes right here for the best ebooks inside of the game. Use code SHOE for 25% off. So once you get over to the team builder, all you do is have to go to Madden and click team builder. It's a super simple way to get over here. You'll have the offensive line, and this is one where I just take either the I usually take the highest overall. It's, you know, it's whatever. Offensive line is whatever. If you ever have one that's close, like this one, I'm still gonna take Marquise. But like if you ever have one that's close, I usually take the faster guy for pooling, getting to the next level, anything. That's usually what I go for. But Lyle Collins, I mean, this is basically the best offensive line in the game. Obviously, offensive line, like I said, it's whatever at the end of the day. It really is just whatever. But here we go. Now we're into a position that actually matters. We're going to be going over to tight end. And I think this is a hard position because there's a lot of good players. Rob Gronk's a very well balanced, not on the faster side. Kelsey's on the slower side as well. But then again, once we get on over here, Antonio Gates is very good. John Mackey is good. Waller's Darren Waller. We all know that. There even is a brand new Kyle Pitts that came out today with 90 base speed. But we're going to give this to Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis is still the best tight end. 90 base speed, solid run blocking at 73, and he's hit every single threshold for catching and route running. He's got to be the best tight end. Over to wide receiver. So I'm going to give you guys 3 wide receivers because obviously you have to play 3 wide receivers. Almost every single offense in the game that people use has 3 wide receivers in it. So let's go with the first one. I think the best wide receiver in the game is Brandon Marshall. I don't think there's much debating this. He's taller than Randy Moss and has better stat, I think, in every single category besides deep route running, if I am not mistaken. Moving over to wide receiver 2, it's actually going to be Randy Moss. I think Randy Moss is amazing, and this is the 2 twin towers on your field. 6'4", 6'5" right here. Just 2 huge, fast wide receivers. And wide receiver 3, this is where it gets a little tricky. I think Andre Johnson is amazing, but I still am going to go with Will Fuller over him because 93 speed, the only wide receiver in the game that gets 93 base speed, is absolutely nuts. And Will Fuller deserves to be on almost every team if you can afford him. Over to halfback. Halfback is a very, very easy position, I think, this year to put, well, at this moment, to tell who the best is. And it's got to be Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, the thing that I always fix with him, I know a lot of people use like Cordero Patterson or whatever. The carrying on Cordero Patterson, I don't know about you guys, but he has an 80 carrying. Very tough to put out there in the field. Very tough. It's very tough, especially if you don't want to play a conservative. But Derrick Henry, the kind of trick I use on him is backfield mismatch and bulldozer, so we can hope that catching as much as possible. But moving over to quarterback, Dan the Man, Mike Vick, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady. We even have Josh Allen. Still all very good quarterbacks. And I think Gunslinger's amazing. Josh Allen fits a nice little play style there. Mike Vick, I think Mike Vick's a little bit, like Mike Vick is still good, but he's nowhere near where he was in past Maddens. Last year he wasn't good. I'm talking about like Madden 20 and before. He's not as good as, you know, it's not where we want him to be at all. Literally at all. Justin Herbert is very good. The reason I don't like Justin Herbert as much is because he has a deep accuracy of under 90. He does not in that threshold. I just love Dan the Man. Best release in the game. Gets every single theme team. But I think he's the best quarterback still in the game. And also, obviously, Howard Master, everything you need on a pass lead elite. He's still the only quarterback in the game that gets pass lead elite and Howard Master. Justin Herbert can only get sat feed elite and Howard Master. But moving over to fullback, it's still Larry Sonka. Not much here to really show you guys. We're going to zoom out. This is the best offense. If I had all the coins in the world, I would build this offense right here. Over to defense. This is one where it gets a little bit trickier. There's a lot better players, I think, on defense competing for the #1 spot at their actual position. Free safety is a very, very, very good position right now in the game. Ronnie Lott with the 92 base speed. This is obviously the powered up version. Ronnie Lott is very good. Obviously, we would love if he hit a higher man coverage there. He has good power. He's going to hit 92 zones. Amazing. He's also, I think, 6'1" or 6'2" as well. I think he is 6'1". And then also we have Jesse Bates, the same exact speed as as obvious. Oh, it says the height, actually. I just saw it. He's 6 foot. Okay. Jesse Bates, 92 base speed with an 88 man. I know his power's worse, but I still think Jesse Bates is better. He's taller. He has better man coverage. He has the same exact or better zone, same exact speed. I know we all want to pick Ronnie Lott. I know he's the more popular choice because of theme teams and everything, but I still think Jesse Bates is better. Taller, better man, everything well-rounded. I know we want that hit-sticking guy, and we're just kind of just more biased to over here to Ronnie Lott, but Jesse Bates is definitely still better and 100% in this game right now. Moving over to right outside linebacker, we're just going to go across the board. Right outside linebacker is actually a very stacked position. You got Broderick Thomas, brand new legend. Ted Hendricks, another really good legend right outside linebacker. And Harold Landry's even a beast. I wouldn't put Ed Reed in there. He's just, whatever. Would rather play him at safety. Harold Landry's very, very good as well, but I think we all know who we got to lock in here. It's not even really a question. It's LT. Broderick's a very good. I mean, this one's a lot closer than people think. Broderick's amazing. You can look when he's compared to LT. Look what he's better than LT in almost every single stat. But I don't know what it is with LT. Also, if you guys know his finesse move, it doesn't show finesse move here, but his finesse move is a 71 compared to LT's 90. That is the only reason why I have LT above him, is because he hits all 3 thresholds. Broderick only hits 2 out of 3 thresholds that you need for an outside linebacker. And I think LT just plays better personally. I haven't used Broderick, but I just know, we all know how LT is. I think I'd still take LT in the long run over him. I don't know why they would release a card like that right after LT in the first place, but hey, they're both really good. You can't go wrong with either of them. Middle linebacker, we're going to give you 2 of them right here because some people will give you 2. I think this one's a lot harder than people think it is. I think the best middle linebacker in the game is actually Isaiah Simmons. If you're going to be using him, he's 6'4", so he's taller than Ray Lewis. He's literally faster than Ray Lewis at 6'1" or 6. I can't even talk. 91 base speed as well. But I still think Ray Lewis is definitely number 2. These are the 2 best middle linebackers in the game for sure. Over to left outside linebacker, a weaker position in the game. That's not even a question how much weaker it is over here. I think a lot of these cards are good, but I think we do got to lock in this Anthony Barr. I know he isn't the best pass rusher, but you can use him because he has solid block shed. You can use him in the zone. You could drop him. You can use him. You could do everything with this card. Not as good as, say, like Ted Hendricks in being a versatile outside linebacker, but Anthony Barr is still very, very good. And I think he's a very fun card as well to use on your team. He just brings, like I said, a lot of versatility that makes the game a lot of fun. Moving over to strong safety, we're going to give you who I think is the best strong safety over top, and then I'm going to give you who I think the best user is in the game right now. I'm not going to be including Cam Chancellor in this. Not going to be including him. Marcus May is very good. There's a lot of really good cards right here, but I think Marcus May is still number 1. He's still number 1 over top safety. He's still number 1 over top. Obviously, you can use Ed Reed right there. It's not showing Ed Reed on this list for whatever reason. It's showing he just as 90. Ed Reed, you can, I'm pretty sure you can put in that safety version so you can make him a 93 overall safety, or yeah, it's a 93 overall safety when powered up. But since he's not on here, we're going to use Marcus May. And the guy I still think to this day is the best user, not named Cam Chancellor, is Divine Diablo. This guy is still an absolute unit out there. Super tall, super good, super well-rounded. The most important position in the game, and it's probably going to be cornerback. I think cornerbacks, obviously, I like to spend a lot of my coins on cornerbacks because they're literally out there all the time, guarding every single person out there. I think number 1 is still Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson, obviously, he's just amazing everywhere, hitting every single threshold in both man and zone. Press, if you guys have noticed, press is awful this year. I'm talking about next gen. It is absolutely awful, but Charles Woodson, 6'1" as well, solid height. He is still number 1 right now. Seems like, yeah, we definitely need corners, especially after getting Brandon Marshall and also Randy Moss. We 100,000% need corners in this game. I think Byron Jones is probably number 2 at 6 foot. He's a very, very solid card, but he hits every threshold as well. He is good at every single stat in the game. Another card that I know a lot of people don't like because we've seen this card, I think, in the past 2 Maddens, not only with the Signature Series, but with the LTD and Madden 21 as well. Byron Jones does get a little bit old, he does, but quarterback 3, I think it's still got to be Mike Haynes. I know Lem Barney's very solid card, but he doesn't hit that 90 zone we need. Trevon Diggs doesn't hit 90 zone either. Delta O'Neal is very good, but he is a shorter guy. Jalen Ramsey, the reason why I don't have him on here is his agility. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Ramsey, there's something about the card, and I think it has to be agility. He doesn't play as good as some of these other guys like Mike Haynes, Charles Woodson, Byron Jones, even like Lem Barney. I think I'd still like rather have all three of these guys over Jalen Ramsey at the moment. I'm starting to know, I even took him off my team, and I'm a fan favorite of him. That agility has to be the negative stat on him. Moving over to defensive line, though, right end. This one is still very easy. Obviously, I'm a Browns fan. No bias here. I still think Myles Garrett is definitely the best right end in the game. And that's why you still see people paying over $1 million for this card. Every day there's a card. There's literally $1 million spent on this card every single day. It's actually nuts. Moving over to D tackle, we're going to give you two of them here. I think Vernon Butler, he's not that good for being the highest overall one. I don't think Vernon Butler should be the top 2D tackle. I think Leroy Selman is definitely better. If you look at him compared to this Vernon Butler, the stats that matter like block shed, power move, and finesse move, he is better or tied at for all of them. And he's also 11 speed faster. It's just a no-brainer right here that Leroy Selman is definitely better than him. I even like a lot of these guys better. Like even Warren Sapp is slower, but Warren Sapp is a guy that plays amazing. He's better at every single stat too. What besides speed, he's -2 speed next to Vernon Butler. But I'd still take Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp is a GOAT in this game too. We love Fat Sapp on our team. Left end, absolute hard part. Like I think this one's a little bit harder, but it's not that bad. Like obviously, look at this right here. Look at this right here, 93 to 90. It's kind of a position that kind of lacking a lot of upgrades here. It sucks that there's only 90s here. I think Brandon Graham is a very underrated card, especially for a free card. He hits 2 thresholds right there, powered up. But JJ Watt's got to be it, right? He's got to be. I like to play him at D tackle, not end, but he hits every single threshold for pass rushing. Obviously, he doesn't hit that finesse move, 87, which isn't the best. He's also not the fastest, but he really has no competition here. But I also think JJ Watt does play a lot better to his stats than any other JJ Watt's another one of the guys like LT who just plays way above his stats. I mean, you guys always ask for special teams on these videos, and there's not much you can do here. Just go for the highest kick power. I always go for the highest kick power, and that's obviously Corey Bajorquez. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And there's no question right here. I think Matthew Wright's a W, but Justin Tucker being 92 overall and also getting the abilities. Justin Tucker's 100,000% the best kicker in the game. Appreciate you guys sticking around to the end. Make sure to smash that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. And also remember, like I said, we are on that road to 10K. Almost getting there, boys. Hopefully we can get there by the end of the year. We're pushing, man. We are heavily pushing. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, boys.